Hello, welcome to the Shoot Digital episode. This time I'm gonna be talking about this lens. This is the Viltrox, right? Yeah, Viltrox 33mm f1.4. This lens was given to me by the guys at Per Gear, which you have probably heard that I've mentioned them a bunch of times because they're the ones who send me the Leica lenses that I've tried with with film cameras before. You can find those reviews. I'm gonna leave like a card. They sent me this lens and I was really excited to try it because I don't usually use autofocus lenses at all. I tend to use only manual lenses, and this is a lens for the Canon EOS M. So I said, okay, set in my way, I'm gonna try it. And I put it on my EOS M, the first model, the one that I always use on the channel, and it didn't work. And I found out that this only works on newer models of the EOS M. So, okay, I had to do something that I wasn't looking forward to, but it had to be done. So I purchased a new camera. Now I'm shooting this with a Canon EOS M6 Mark II. And that's the camera that I used to shoot the following episode, because I'm going to be using this lens on that camera and shoot a portrait session for a friend of mine, Melissa. Melissa Aldana is a sax player. She's a sax player who lives here in New York. She's a Chilean sax player, an amazing musician. And so I brought with me the Viltrox 33 f1.4, the Canon EOS M6 Mark II, the flash, the Q22 that I've been using, which is super compact and it's easy to use, the triggers for the flash Q, and as a main flash I use this one, the Canon 540EZ. And I use this one because it allows me to shoot at very low settings. Like it can go until 1/128th of power, so it's a very subtle flash, and I use this with an umbrella. My idea was shooting this lens wide open as much as possible, so using the flash as some kind of addition to the scene instead of making it super flash heavy. I'm gonna give my impressions at the end about what I think about the lens and whatnot. So let's go. Mira para acá, solo eso. Y voy acá. Un pelín por ahí, perfecto. Quizás va a ser mucho, pero solo va a ver. ¿Podéis mirar hacia allá, hacia el paraguas mismo? De lugar, voy a colocarlo hasta acá ahora. Eso, súper. Está ahí como mirando para acá, está muy bonito. Eso ahí, ahora sí. Entonces, mirando como hacia el paragüitas. Y voy. Hello, it's me again. Yeah, unfortunately at this point I forgot to hit the record button on the camera that I had mounted on top of the EOS M6 Mark II. So there's a couple of pictures that have no footage. So I hope you enjoy these pictures regardless. Here they are. Una como medio cuerpo que se le la mano así. Ahí, eso. Solo para probar el cuerpo. Eso, bacán. Funciona súper bien. Funciona súper bien. Una más. Eso, algo que es como más, uno que te relaje, eso está bonito, perfecto, perfecto. Súper bien. Eso. Bacán. 3, 2, 1. Eso ahí. Aquí. Y quizás apoyar mirando hacia allá. Sí, eso, bacán. Eso, perfecto. 3, 2, 1. Eso. Y mirando para acá. Puede ser. So what's my review of the Viltrox 33 1.4? For starters, I'm not a big fan of the color. I much rather have a black lens than this one, but leaving aesthetics aside, I was actually surprised with the results. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't expecting much with this lens. I thought it was gonna be okay, but it's really simple to use, of course, because like on the EOS M6 Mark II, it just you select what you're gonna take a picture and then just take the picture. It basically thinks for you, so it's super easy. And it's a very simple solution for a 50mm 1.4. For example, I've been using my Samyang sometimes. There's a Samyang 50mm 1.4, and it's a big lens, to be honest, and it's a manual lens. So when you compare them side by side, the Samyang is definitely bigger, and it's heavier. Yeah, I won't say it's double, but it's heavier than the Viltrox, and it's a manual lens. So when I use this one on the EOS M, I have to put a speed booster and then this lens, so it ends up being like quite big on top of my camera. But with this one, with the Viltrox, I just put the lens directly and it functions like a 50mm, even though it's a 33, but remember you gotta compensate for the crop factor, so it works really well. It's like a 50mm. When you move the aperture ring, it becomes darker or lighter, but it has no steps in between. So it isn't like this kinds of lenses that go like cluck, cluck, cluck like this. No, it's like very smooth. as you can tell. So the fact that it's super smooth makes it very good for video. If you're interested in shooting video and keep like a 50mm field of view, but move from one situation in which there's a lot of light into, you know, an interior situation, you just film with a closed aperture, and when you go into, you know, shade or interiors or whatever, you can open it and it'll be very smooth, and you won't have those clicks that seem weird whenever you film videos with these lenses. Okay, I'm gonna change back to the 22mm so you can have me from a little bit far away. Hold on. This is the lens, and as you can tell, this is the ring that you move, and it goes all the way from 1.4 to f16. In general, the lens is super comfortable, as I was saying. It's very automatic, it's light, and more than anything, it's a good lens. It's very sharp. You know, I'm not a sucker for, you know, edge-to-edge sharpness and whatnot. I really don't care, as long as it looks good. Sometimes when you shoot certain lenses with backlight conditions, or when you zoom in enough, some coma effects appear, and the details have like the detail, but there's like a white ghosting artifact or purple artifact next to the thing that you're taking a picture of when you're super close. I think it's super sharp. I was shooting it mostly at f1.4, and as you can tell, these are some zoom images, and it's very clear that the lens is sharp all the way through. But at one point I was shooting at I think f5.6 or something. Like I stopped the lens down so I could have more of Melissa's in focus, not only her eyes, but also like the back of her hair and the whole head. The whole shot will be on focus. And on those shots, as you can tell, sharpness is, you know, pretty good. So if you're a sucker for sharpness, if sharpness is your thing, then this lens will probably fit on your arsenal quite well. Overall, I really like this lens. It's super useful. It's super simple to use. Just put on your camera and go and take some pictures. You can achieve pretty professional results, I would say. And it's a good alternative for a 50mm. The other alternative that I was using was, as I was saying, a speed booster and big, you know, 15mm lenses. And the problem that I have is the speed booster that I purchased, it doesn't allow for autofocus, and of course, and I can't stop the lens down unless it's a manual lens. So this one does work like a 50mm, and it's a very compact lens. It's super simple. It's not a minuscule lens. It's certainly bigger than the Plastic Fantastic 50mm 1.8, but it's a 1.4, and it's for the EOS M, and it works super well. So yeah, my overview, it's pretty good, I would say. Definitely is the best lens that I've tried for the EOS M. And the 22mm f2 and this one, they make a great combo, because now I can use this one for, you know, shooting this, not wide angle because it behaves like a 30 something, but now I have a 30 something and a 50, and I think I'm pretty much set for the EOS M. So if you're looking for a nice portrait lens for your EOS M, this will be a good option. I'm gonna leave the link on Per Gear so you can follow it and, you know, see if you can find this lens. If you're interested in it, you can purchase it there. I'm not getting any money out of it, so I don't care if you buy it or not. I'm just showing you my impressions and what I think about the lens and the ways to get it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you like the pictures, and I will see you super soon. I don't know if next week, because I'm working on my orals for my dissertation and my PhD, but I'll do my best. Hope to see you super soon. Lots of love, take care, and bye. Oh, one thing that I haven't tried is that the lens has some kind of, you know, USB on the back. I think you can upgrade the lens and put some more, I don't know, firmware thingies. I haven't done that. I never did it. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it. It's not my thing. I'm a film guy. I don't know about these technologies, man. I know my camera has Wi-Fi. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information. It's just there.